the shoulder. Swing and a miss. McKinley scores!
And it's going to be a challenge for us. I mean, they're a really talented football team. I think everybody knows that.
Four wide receivers. Pressure. Steps up. Marshall wants to run again. Cuts down the middle of the field. All alone. Touchdown! Warriors! What a cut.
Oh, it's a great night for football at the U. Redford Union welcomes in Allen Park, and it's the Panthers looking to go at it against the Jaguars. Glad to be with you alongside Jason Witt. My name is Chad Bush. Jason, we start right away with Redford Union, already victorious today, 44-0, and we look at the head of the snake, and that's the quarterback, Miss Cherry.
Yeah, Cameron Cherry, she's definitely a difference maker. Four-sport athlete. She plays volleyball, basketball, track, and now girls flag football. And last year was our first year here in Redford Union with girls flag football. And after only 2 games, she was made an offer by Siena Heights to go on to college and play flag football.
She's regarded as perhaps the school's greatest athlete, regardless of gender. On the other side, Allen Park, they've got some threats as well, a first-year program. But they've got some talent, and they've got a girl that's already shown out in their scrimmage.
Yes, number 3, Ella Brown, look out for her. She not only led the team in rushing in their scrimmage against Warmwoods Tower, but she also had an interception on defense.
We'll talk to Jonathan Gazal right after this quick timeout, and we'll have the kickoff coming up the other side right after this. Glad to have you for Redford Union and Allen Park here on The Prep.
Lowering the shoulder. Swing and a miss. McKinley scores!
Welcome to Redford Union High School. It's time for flag football. We're here with Jonathan Gazal, the head coach of Redford Union, in his second year. This team already has a win under its belt today. In game number 1, you'll play a doubleheader, which we'll cover. Talk about the win, 44-0 over your opponent to start the season. Let's start there.
Yeah, we executed really well. We handled all the details exactly as we wanted to. 4 turnovers on defense. We converted every opportunity on offense and scored every opportunity we had the time of the ball.
This is a team that's rated and touted as one of the best in the state of Michigan. Out of the 27 teams, you guys are in a division of 5. You're going to play 2 today. You think you've got a really good team. What kind of things did you see in game 1 that make you feel like you're one of the best in the state?
Our leaders led. I mean, plain and simple. Our quarterback had perfect command of the offense. She made some checks at the line, switched from runs to passes. The defense, again, 4 turnovers. I don't think the other team crossed midfield, communicated well. So I think that's the number one thing that keeps us on top.
What is it about the game of flag football that drew you to coming to Redford Union to be the head coach?
One of my best friends, Ian Eiler, he's the head coach for the boys. We played flag football for at least 15 years together, won a national championship down in Florida. So it's just something that I've been passionate about for the last 15, 20 years.
Teaching the game, coaching the game with girls.
Yep.
It was new for you, perhaps. What's one of the great things that you learned about it, maybe one of the surprises about coaching this game for girls in football?
How quickly the girls can learn.
Yeah.
They had 0 football baseline when we first started. None of them had played football or flag football outside of maybe playing catch with their brothers or their parents. And so last year's baseline was 0. And today, like I said, making checks at the line, identifying defenses, on defense, checking to man or zone. So it's been fun.
In your off time, you work in big pharma. What's it like? Are you drawing up plays in your head at your desk and drawing things on your hand as you get ready to get on an airplane? What's it like?
I draw a lot of similarities between leading a team and leading a sales team. It's all about the details, the execution. So when we think about what we do for a living, and when I'm on the plane traveling to go see my colleagues, I do draw up some plays because it is fun.
You're led by a Cameron Sherry.
Mm-hmm.
and she had a big first game. What's so fun to watch about her? What can the fans expect to see?
She's electric. Every time she has the ball in her hand, it's an opportunity for us to score, whether it be throwing the ball, running the ball, or in this case, she had 2 receiving touchdowns today as well.
There he is, Jonathan Gazal, the bench boss of Redford Union in their second year, one of the top teams in girls flag football. Thanks for joining us. Good luck today.
Pleasure. Thank you.
All right, back with more on the Preps coverage of Redford Union against Allen Park right after this.
The store is set up. He's got the order, and he's off. It's a full court press. These brands are knocking it out of the park. This, my friends, is the speed we've come to expect from this team. Just look at the precision of that move. And it's out of here.
What rhymes with great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start? Here, in the classroom. On the diamond.
In the pool.
On the field.
Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends.
Be great.
Participate!
First, life gives us many. From buying your first car or first home to starting a business, Alliance Catholic Credit Union is here for you every step of the way. From checking and savings accounts and youth accounts to auto loans, mortgages, business needs, and financial planning. A full-service financial institution with over 70 years of experience. We're committed to serving your firsts, seconds, 50ths, and every day in between. Alliance Catholic Credit Union. Federally insured by the NCUA, Equal Housing Lender.
What makes people stand in this line like this for 3 hours? Because we're not Dunkin' Donuts or Tim Hortons. These donuts are made fresh daily, and it's made with love and consistency. We got the same ingredients. It didn't change. The people know that, and that's why they standing out there.
Hi, I'm Nick DePonio, and this is HVAC.
Lowering the shoulder. Swing and a miss. McGinley scores!
Welcome back to Redford Union. We are set for flag football. Chad Bush here alongside Jason Witt. We've got Redford Union and Allen Park. And boy, Jason, an exciting matchup between two programs. Look, everybody's new. It's only the third year of flag football for girls in the state. I know the second for Redford Union, the first for Allen Park. A lot of nuances here, but what should the fans know about this sport and what it's been like so far already here at Redford Union?
Well, we had a lot of success last year in year one, and we're looking forward to another great campaign this year. It is a short season, but we got a lot of great athletes out there on both sides of the ball.
All right, we'll start with Redford Union on the attack. It's a handoff left side, outside the numbers, down the left sideline, and it's a first down. So here's the rules in a nutshell. Each team starts their possession at the 14-yard line. The first down marker is the 20-yard lines and also midfield, which happens to be the 40. The end zones are at the 10-yard line, and that's that. We'll learn more as we go, and we'll learn together. But what we know is that Miss Cherry is the real deal, and Cam Cherry gets things started with a reverse. Handoff, double reverse. This time it goes wide right, and it's Jacoby Cohen, and she spilled after just a gain of 2. Now, the line to gain is the 50. It'll set up 2nd down and 4 on the play. Here's another look. This is the starters, and there you see Cam Cherry, the star quarterback, Sierra Finch, one of the running backs, along with Amira Saba. The receivers, Ali, along with Goodman, Cohen, and Benison for Redford Union. Under Jonathan Gazal, the head coach. In his second year, Gazal has done an outstanding job. He's got his team in a 2nd and 5. Redford Union already a 44-0 win in their bag already tonight. Cherry with a long count. Looping snap, back to pass, looking downfield, has time, has a receiver, but it's just about low and just out of the reach. Incomplete pass.
That was actually Aaliyah Benson taking that particular snap on that play. She comes in some passing situations, and they move Cam Cherry to some other spots to get her the football.
Good catch on that. So 3rd down and 5. In at quarterback right now is Saba. Saba's going to throw, and that's incomplete. So it's going to be 4th down, and this is the decision. If you punt, you don't actually punt. The ball goes to the opponent at their own 14. If you go for it, that's fine, but the ball's dead if you don't go to the 40-yard line, and it stops and it goes back the other way. Looks like Redford Union's going for it, Jason Witt.
Yes, early in the game, but they're willing to take some chances. And they have a little more experience than on the other side of the ball, so Coach Gazal's going for it.
Cherry back in at quarterback. Cherry looking left and throws low. Turnover on downs. The Jaguars get a stop back in their own end. So how about it? Redford Union stymied on their first drive after the first play. Jason, what do you see here?
So on this play here, they just came up a little short. Cam Cherry dropped back to pass, and it looked like they were actually a little confused in their routes on that play.
They were trying to find Kayla Goodman, and it fell short. So here comes Allen Park on offense. It's an offense that's led by Adeline Ticini. Ticini in the gun, and the takeover is at the 46-yard line. They've got to get to the 20-yard line for a first down. Handoff left side. Broken tackle on her feet. Down to the 33-yard line. Solid pickup on first down by number 20. That's Addie England, the running back.
Addie England takes the handoff, and there she goes around the left-hand side. And a little missed flagpole there, and she gained the extra yards.
Knocked out of bounds by Goodman, I believe.
This Allen Park team's off to a hot start.
2nd down and 4 from center of the field. Pass, post route, caught near the first down marker. And they'll mark her short at the 23-yard line. The pass is complete to number 11. That's Sam Sizemore. And it is a first down. I'm getting the 20 is actually the 30. So Forgive me. Good pitch and catch. Handoff right side near the 20, and that is a give by number 3.
Number 3, Ella Brown, taking that one around the right-hand side. Last week's leading rusher in their scrimmage for the Jags, and a flagpole by Cam Cherry on that play.
Adeline Ticini in the backfield along with England, as you saw. Gabby Moore, Ava Rice, Stats, Sturgis, and Sizemore. Handoff left side, and it's a tackle for loss. Great pursuit by Redford Union. And it's number 6 on the tackle, and that is Raven Gee. We heard about her in the pregame. Pat the Stat liked what he saw from her. So 3rd down at the 10-yard line. Throwing right side, too tall. Incomplete. And so now it's 4th down. And, Jason, they've got to get in the end zone here.
Yeah, that's one of the differences here is there's only a few opportunities in flag football to pick up a first down. So now they're at 4th and goal, which is at 10-yard line mark.
There you see the linebackers and the D-line in this big 4th down play. Handoff up the middle, spin in the end zone, and touchdown. Are they in? No, they're short. Turnover on downs. The Panthers get a stop at the 3-yard line.
That was a huge stop, and it looked, if I'm correct, like it was Amia Rembert that got her just before she crossed the line.
So how about the stop? A little bend but don't break, and that's exactly what Jonathan Gazal, the head coach, talked about, Jason. He said, look, there he is, 3 core values, respect, effort, and teamwork. And Gazal said, we're going to bend a little on D, but we're not going to break. So Cherry, a double reverse, handoff right side, cut upside the center of the field, back inside near the numbers. And how about this jitterbug work here? Coming from Jacoby Cohen, scooting her way all across the field.
So here she goes. It's a double reverse back to Jacoby Cohen, and she actually cut it back the same direction from where she got it. That was a nice run by number 9.
So that'll bring up a 2nd down and 5. Cherry back in at quarterback. We did see some toying around with Saba. The handoff is errant, and that is incomplete. They'll call it a dead ball. And
that's another unique trait here with flag football. As soon as that ball hits the turf, play is over.
Early on in the season, Jason, you attribute to?
Yeah, I mean, the surprising thing is they started off hot in their first game at 4 o'clock today, and now it looks like under the lights they're being tested.
A 44-0 win, and there's another mishandle, and that's going to be punting time for Jonathan Gazal and the Panthers. They're going to have to give it up here, Jason. It's 4th down and 5, and Allen Park's going to take over at their own 14. No score. 11:33 to go. It's 2 20-minute halves, running clock until you get inside 1 minute for both halves.
And yeah, it does look like they'll go back on defense here, the Redford Union Panthers, but the Jags, and we talked with Coach Joe Johnson about this yesterday. I knew his team was going to be ready to play today. He has a lot of competitive young ladies who are used to playing a lot of other sports and excel at those other sports, and now they're got this bug for flag football. So the Panthers will go back on defense.
These two teams playing in the It Takes More League. And 3 weeks of play. This is week 1. Detroit CMA, Romulus, Renaissance, Lincoln King, and these two clubs, Allen Park and Redford Union. Allen Park football left to right. At their own 14, they've got 1st and 6. And it's a mishap and a sack give it the Panthers sack credit. And it's
number 13, Delia Brents.
So Brents with the sack. So here you see the starters defensively. Raven Gee at one of the corners. Amaya Tigney the other corner. Cherry and Richardson are the safeties. This is a handoff right side. It goes to number 21, Ticini. And Ticini is chopped down by Brents again, who's been very active defensively, Jason.
Handoff there, and Ticini runs around the corner, and Brents comes up with yet another tackle.
Cherry was right there, had her back if there was any mishandle. Quick hands across the way after the handoff. Handoff was to number 21. Again, that's Ticini. And the tackle was made by number 6. That's Raven Gee, another name we've called. Punting time, and we're still scoreless, Jason.
And they'll switch ends of the field, and I think on this drive, I'm looking for the Panthers to get back to some basics. They tried to get fancy on a couple of these first few drives, trying plays that involve multiple handoffs and everything else. And I think they're going to look to get back to the basics on this drive. That's what I'm hoping to see from up here, but Allen Park definitely came ready to play.
Reverse fake. Cherry gets it here. Cherry up the middle. Cherry on her feet and taken down at the 48-yard line. The Jaguars get a tackle, and that's the cornerback Abby Obricky. But how about Cherry taking off, showing why she's so dynamic?
And that's why on this roster right now, it says Cameron Cherry's not only the quarterback, but she's also listed as a wide receiver and running back. They want to get her the football.
I mean, you could put pads on her, and she's going to be disruptive.
Here it looks like she's back at the quarterback spot.
First down and about 2. Cherry will throw it over the middle, incomplete. It's broken up by Kate O'Reilly over the middle, and the intended receiver was number 16. That's Kayla Goodman. Incomplete, second down and 2. Beautiful night for football. Friday night, lights on a May night for girls flag football. Cherry has to throw it, does left side. It's caught, it's Cohen. Will come back towards the middle, has the first down. Still on her feet across the 20 to the 10. Could go 5. Touchdown, Cohen.
And there you go. Cohen with the touchdown, making some people miss. And now we got the light show here on Bob Atkins Field, the home of Redford Union football.
Another look here, Jason. Cherry with a dump down, and special players like Jacoby Cohen can make big-time plays like this.
Yeah, she pulls away. She made a couple young ladies miss there, and then it was off to the end zone. What I don't like to see here at the very end, and I know these young ladies are excited to score, but she almost let go of that ball too early.
42-yard pitch and catch from Cherry to Cohen. Now they will go for one extra point. They will put this on the 2-yard line. It's a reverse pass, caught. There's a flag down. The conversion is no good. It's incomplete. We'll stay at 6-0. Clock continues to run with 6:10 to go. Jason Witt, how about that drive for the Panthers?
Well, I think the key there, and it was the start to that drive, where, like I said at the beginning, is I think early on the Panthers were trying to get fancy with the ball. Instead, they went with Cameron Cherry in a long run and then capped it off with Jacoby Cohen going to the house off a pass from Cameron Cherry.
42 yards, 6-0, extra point, no good. It was a 1-point attempt. Throw left side. The out route was just a bit too tall. Off the hand of Adeline Ticini. It'll be second down and 6. from the 14-yard line. Glad you're with us. There you see Jonathan Gazal. Plymouth, Salem, back in the day, and really fell in love with this game, playing in a work flag football league. Handoff right side and a tackle for loss. How about the heat coming off that edge? Looks like a Maya Tigney, and it was set the edge for the Panthers.
Yes, the handoff there, and Tigney comes up after a missed pull, and she finishes the play on the corner.
Handoff was to England, and that will set up a third down and 6, and a short gain on that play up to about the 20-yard line. It's going to be 4th down. And here's another look, Jason.
Yeah, they're 1 yard short. She went to left side there, and Raven G came up and finished that play just short of the first down.
4th down, they are going to go for it. Snap back, handoff left side, 1st down, and a little bit more off the edge, down at the 40. It'll be a gain of 11, move the chains. Tackle made by number 12, that's Richardson. Here's another look, Jay, on the edge.
Yes, around the corner, a spin move there by Ticini. She's had a lot of nice runs today around the left side there.
Double spin move. What's that, B on the PlayStation?
Yeah, she's showing a little bit
2?
of.
Okay, well, that's Brad Ross.
She's looking like Gibbs out there.
She is. Looking like you back in your days at Wayne State. Throw over the middle, nearly caught at midfield. Incomplete. The intended pass was to number 24. That's Caitlin Stetz. Here's another look.
Tuccini passes over the middle to number 24, Caitlin Stetz, and it was just out of her reach.
So, 2nd down. Right side, tackle for loss again. Two-way player, that's Cohen. Tackle for loss, it'll be all the way back.
Handoff trying to get around the right-hand side, and Cohen comes up with a purpose and pulled that flag.
Boy, she's got, look at her, she's playing with a little edge too now. She's got some emotion out there, gotta love it. As we approach the 2-minute mark, again, the clock will not stop until it's under a minute. Throw in the flat, incomplete. Good coverage by Cohen. Also good sportsmanship by Cohen. The intended pass was to number 17. That's Height. Here's another look. Well covered, Jason.
Yeah, that was well covered, the out route, and Cohen, not surprisingly, was out there again ready to make the play.
So punting time for the Jaguars. The U will get it back with 2:07 and rolling to go as we near halftime. 44-0 Redford Union won their first game already today. They took care of business against
the Romulus Eagles earlier today, and they dominated in that matchup.
Look at that. We're already finishing each other's sentences. You know that's a good crew. There you see the linebackers with Allwell, O'Reilly, and Pearson for the Jags. That's a reverse fake. Cherry faked it, and it's kept up the right side. I believe that's Sierra Finch, and it is. Nifty little play call here from Gazal, Jason.
Yes, a fake read option there, and they stuck with it then, gave her the ball, faking the reverse, and Sierra Finch kept the ball for a nice run.
It's a 1st down. It moves the ball up to the 24-yard line. There's a look at the DBs, led by Bailey, Pierce, Bailey, and Abricky. Play action, pass, middle side, watch out into the open field, near the 20, on her feet, down to the 10, and down at the 7-yard line.
And it looked like that pass right there was Cameron Cherry to Saba. Amira Saba with a nice catch, and then she turned around and did some further damage down the field. There she goes, and she just kept running. Sometimes that's all you have to do in this game is keep running, because sometimes it's more difficult than it looks to pull those flags.
She didn't even need that spin move. She just kept going. And it's a big one. It sets him up inside. It's 1st and goal, says Rob Hunter. And it is indeed. Snap back, reverse, handoff. Cherry up the middle to the 10, to the 5. Is she in? Touchdown, Panthers! The U up by 2 scores on the Cherry scamper from 20. Oh, lighted it up here in Redford. What a show they've got on hand.
Yes, Cameron Cherry finishing off that play. Here we go. Here's another look at it. Another reverse, getting it to her in multiple ways. And then she, instead of trying to go around the corner, she went right up the middle with a purpose and finished the play for 6.
Cherry committed to Siena Heights to play flag football. She's a track star, volleyball star, basketball star, but she's fallen in love with flag. She'll reverse here. They'll double reverse to Cohen. Cohen scampers up and in. They went for 2. They got 2. 14-0, a clean Panthers 2-touchdown lead with under 43 seconds to go.
Yes, here we go. Look at this play. Handoff to Cohen, and just like Cameron Cherry, instead of breaking it around the corner to the right, which she might have had a chance to do, she takes the shortest distance between 2 points and goes right up the middle for that extra point.
Always a threat to go the distance, very shifty. Also plays basketball and volleyball. 3-sport star, this Cohen. What a duo with Cohen and Cherry offensively, Jason. Pass incomplete at the 30. The clock will stop with 38.2 to go. This is the only point in the game where the clock will stop when it's inside a minute here at Bob Atkins Field. 1st May of 2025. Glad it's spent right here on the prep. Handoff left side, scamper near the numbers, forced out of bounds. Great convergence on that far sideline. The handoff was to England, but the tackle was by Gee again.
Yeah, here she goes, number 20, Addie England, trying to get around the left-hand side, and Gee has been pulling her fair share of flags tonight, coming up from that corner position.
She really has. The Jags ready to just get out of Dodge, down 2 touchdowns, handoff right side, and there's a tackle right at the line of scrimmage. Who else? That's Cherry, and that's the end of the first half. So, first half over, 5-minute break. We're coming back with more analysis and highlights. Glad you're with Jason and I on a Friday night in Redford. We're at the U. They lead by 2 scores.
Lowering the shoulder. Swing and a miss. McGinley scores!
And it's going to be a challenge for us. I mean, they're a really talented football team. I think everybody knows that.
4 wide receivers. Pressure, steps up. Marshall wants to run again. Cuts down the middle of the field. All alone. Touchdown! Warriors! What a cut.
Hi, I'm Nick DePonio, and this is HVAC.
We are the MHSAA, a collection of 750 high schools and 750 middle schools. From Temperance to Copper Harbor, from New Buffalo to Alpena, each year more than 250,000 students play one of our 28 sports. More than 1.5 million fans attend our postseason games. There are 30,000 coaches and 8,000 officials, not to mention all of the volunteers. The MHSAA believes in the 4 S's. School sports should be safe and kept in the appropriate scope. We believe nothing beats great sportsmanship, and that scholarship in the classroom is more important than excellence on the field or court. Most of all, we believe school sports should be fun. So come out and join us at a game. Support your school, support your community, and come see what the excitement is all about.
In today's ever-changing mortgage lending world, the importance of true professionals has never been greater. At Success Mortgage Partners, we want you to have the experience of a lifetime. Founded and owned by Catholic League alumni, our family-centered business keeps your interest at heart as we help you navigate this turbulent market with ease. If you or a family member has a mortgage need, please call me, Owen Lee, at 734-822-9792.
Your Catholic faith, it's at the core of who you are, what you do, and the decisions you make. At Alliance Catholic Credit Union, we make your faith and finances work together. From home needs to business needs, from school to retirement, we've got the financial well-being of our Catholic community covered. Visit us today and see how your faith and finances can work together. Federally insured by NCUA, Equal Housing Lender.
What makes people stand in this line like this for 3 hours? Because we're not Dunkin' Donuts or Tim Hortons. These donuts are made fresh daily, and it's made with love and consistency. We got the same ingredients. It didn't change. The people know that, and that's why they standing out there.
Lowering the shoulder. Swing and a miss. McKinley scores!
Well, it started with a stop, and sometimes that's what gets you going offensively, but that's what you had. And then Cohen got the big plays rolling. And it would end with a touchdown. Cherry doing her thing, showing off her skill set. Sienna Heights, they got a warrior there. And then she did it with her arm. Cohen kept it going with her legs, cut back, got it down, close range. Bam. Nobody's catching Cohen tonight. Basketball star, volleyball star, the light show. Call it the Cohen show with a little cherry on top, and here it is. Cut back inside. Good luck. Good riddance. Sayonara. 14-0 the Panthers. At the break, extra point, no problem. We'll give it to Cohen. She'll scamper in from 10. Give us 2, make it a clean 2-touchdown lead for the Panthers of Redford Union, led by this man, Jonathan Gazal. They went and got him in a pharmaceutical lab. They said this guy can do anything with pharmaceuticals. He can do something with football. And they got him. And he's done a great job in his second year. And he's in the It Takes More League, 1-0 already with their 44-0 win earlier tonight over Romulus. But yeah, he's a pharmaceutical sales rep, and he learned earlier in his career. He was just playing at work. You know, they went to this league in Novi, and all of a sudden he fell in love with the game, and he's teaching, coaching young women and he enjoys teaching them this game. He says they listen to you. It's amazing. And he's really found a good bond with this team, Jason.
Yeah, he's done a great job helping us get our program off the ground, and had a great start, a lot of success as we've implemented this program here at Redford Union High School.
You bet. Allen Park starts it, and they'll go right side, and they've got their biggest gain of the night. Watch out, they may never get her. This game could be cut in half with a lead just like that. Along the far sideline, and we'll go back to where she went out. It's hard to tell from here, but the scamper was by number 4. That's Darren Bailey getting loose on that far sideline. Where is she out?
Yeah, she turned the corner, and the Panthers are fortunate that she was called out there on the sideline.
The gain is up to the 37-yard line. Back to pass, looking right side, incomplete. They were trying to get number 22, and Deuce Moore wasn't ready for it. Good pass, though, Jason, that time by Ticini.
Yeah, most definitely. She was open on that out route. Ticini threw it out there, and Gabby Moore, unfortunately, was not able to pull that one in.
In the gun, Ticini looking left slot again, this time a little bit low. Trying to get to number 12, that's Kraft, the senior, incomplete, 3rd down and 3.
Yeah, just a little too much there on the out route, and that one also falls incomplete for the Jags.
In solid position was the corner for Redford Union on the play, and Tigney. So big 3rd down and 4. Hitch route is caught on the far sideline and down immediately, but not before a 1st down catch. And
yeah, that's a 1st down there. Nice pass. Again on the out route. Turned it up. Number 19 there for the Jaguars, it looked like.
Pearson, correct. Thank you. Brenna Pearson. It takes a village to get the right numbers tonight. Tough to see that black on green from here. We need to get him in those G-brand uniforms. Handoff inside, flag is down. The runner is down at the 40 as the flag goes out thanks to Tigney, but we'll wait for the call. It's illegal something, and it's a 5-yard loss.
5-yard loss on the Jaguars, and that is, for this type of game, the Jaguars being very new, it is interesting because there haven't been many penalties today.
That's Joe Johnson, the head coach of the Jaguars. James Victor is their athletic director. Handoff, reverse, across the field, down at the 25-yard line, I believe. No, they're going to mark her down all the way back to the 31. And so on 2nd and 13, not enough, but some good creativity here, Jason Witt.
Yeah, she took the ball there and was on her way, but number 4 came up, Quadri Ali on that play.
Yeah, and she was a player that we really heard good things about. Tall, wide receiver safety. There's another flag down on this 3rd down and 11, and this might push him back even further, Jason. It won't. The officials were just talking about where they're going after. Where are they going? They're going to Mamma Mia's for some of the finest Italian food around. Reverse left side, collision Cherry down at the 22. Needs to get to the 22. It'll be 4th down and decision-making time. Want to thank our friends at Mamma Mia's on Beach Daily Road. Thanks to Mr. Witt for brokering the deal. We got some delicious pizzas. We got some wonderful salads. By the way, I'm tired of Pat the Stat and the Hunt Man hogging all the salads. Those salads are too good to not share, and they were delicious tonight, and so was all the food, thanks to our friends at Mamma Mia's. So, 4th down and 2, and that is a turnover on downs. On 4th and 2, maybe 2.5, the U gets a turnover on downs after the stymie job on Hernandez and the tackle by Finch.
Yeah, there she goes, trying to get around the corner, and it looked like Amira Saba pulled that flag just short of the line to gain.
Good call. It was Saba indeed. So turnover on downs, and the teams will flip. The best drive of the game for Allen Park outside of that opening drive, and another bend but don't break response by this solid defense by Redford Union.
Yeah, and I do want to give credit where credit is due. That was actually number 19, Amaya Tigney, coming up with that flagpole at a huge time for the Panthers.
All right. Good call. Good shout out. Reverse Cohen again. Cohen turns the corner. Cohen is down. Oh, a fine play in the backfield by number 24. And that's Caitlin Stetz coming up and getting Cohen, who has been fantastic in the deep threat tonight.
Yes, Cohen right here decided to try to continue on the double reverse around the right side, and she could not beat Caitlin Stetz around the corner on that one.
So that'll make it a 2nd down and a clean 20. They need to get to midfield to get a 1st down. And that is a mishandled handoff. So Cherry mishandled it in the exchange from the quarterback Saba. Timeout, Jonathan Gazal has seen enough. We'll take it with him. We're back in a moment. You're watching the Preps coverage of flag football.
Look, everybody wanna go and talk it. At the same time, gotta walk it. Better yet, run, go, hit a lick, hit me up with my homies, and we do it all again. Whenever we get it, there's no hesitation.
Lowering the shoulder.
Swing and a miss.
Cherry wants to go deep, go for it all, and it's picked off at the 38-yard line. And Cherry takes responsibility, taps herself on the chest, and says, "That's on me." Meanwhile, the interception by number 17, who's not on the roster. Here's another look.
Deep pass. Number 17 comes up with the play, and then fortunately for the Panthers, Cohen making yet another play, pulled that flag pretty quickly.
You bet.
But it is a turnover for the Panthers, and the Jags will take it in great field position.
They'll take it over at the 36-yard line. Handoff right side, and that is a TFL by number 13. That is Brents again, Delilah Brents with a TFL. Pat the Stat said she had 2 tackles in the first half to tie for the team lead.
Number 4 trying to make it around the right side there, and the Panthers came up with a big play.
How about that? Nice little pivot, reverse, out route, caught by the center, Gabby Moore. And the timing looks to be coming around a bit for the Jaguars, Jason.
Yes, Gabby Moore looked very good on that out route. Caught the ball this time. It was put close to her, and she finished off that play.
The officials want to talk about the spot, but here's another look. Good footwork, and also a great job again by Tigney, who's been just a lockdown left side corner all night.
Yeah, Tigney's been coming up with some big pulls at key moments for the Panthers, and looks like our referees are having a huddle over here.
Why don't you get David Lesmeister, the AD, please? So this is going to be a penalty. And I think this falls under the category that her belt fell off. And so you can't tackle somebody who doesn't have a belt, so they'll move that back, to the 40. Handoff right side, and that's Brent's again. She's been right in the middle of traffic all night. Delilah Brent's all over the skill positions.
Yes, Brent's came downhill on that one and pulled that flag almost at the same time as that handoff.
Third down, pass in the slot, incomplete. Intended to Kraft, pass incomplete from Ticini.
And I think it was Cohen again with another deflection on that pass to number 12. We'll see right here. There's the pass. And, yeah, Cohen's right there in the neighborhood of number 12 from the Jaguars and making the play for the Panthers.
The Jags will punt, a 2-touchdown lead. We're midway through. I mean, look, Allen Park came out, had a 7-minute, 10-second drive on their opening possession. And then Redford Union, comes out, and this is the first time we've really seen them on offense. Their second offensive possession, and it's already halfway through the half. There's a reverse. Saba hands off. This is Cherry. Cherry on her feet outside the numbers. Near the 40 to the 30, and she's down, but not before she rips off a run of 25 yards.
Yeah, just another outstanding play by Cameron Cherry. Coach Gazal calling her number again, making sure she lines up in multiple spots so that when she gets the ball, she can run with it. And once she gets going downhill, I honestly think there's not many Jaguars that want to get in her way, even if it's just to pull that flag.
No way. 35-yard run officially. So that'll put the ball at the 31-yard line. 11 yards to gain. 1st and 11. Cherry hands off up the middle, and a fine defensive play up the gut. Tackled by Tuccini, the two-way star. The handoff was to number 3, that's Sierra Finch, the number 2 rusher.
Yeah, Sierra Finch just tried to go north and south on that one, and the Jaguar player came up quick and pulled that flag. That was a great play by number 21, Adeline Tuccini, playing on both sides of the football.
Yeah, she's been good both ways. This is Cohen again, right side. Cohen's going to try to find the edge. Oh, what a cutback. Going to try to find the middle of the field. Still on her feet and finally taken down before the first down at the 22-yard line. But Cohen is just a pleasure to watch on this beautiful Bill Atkins field turf.
I mean, here we are, and the Detroit Lions, for anyone who doesn't know, are big sponsors of the Michigan Girls Flag Football League. And right there, number 9, Cohen, reminding me again a little bit of Jahmyr Gibbs on that cutback. Stop and go back the other direction really quickly.
That's David Lesmeister, the athletic supervisor and former product of Divine Child. He used to make cuts like that, or at least he tells us that.
Yeah, I mean, Dave did play for Michigan State University.
Is that right?
Did a lot of punt returning, actually. Played under Coach John L. Smith for the Spartans.
Really?
And he was shifty back in his day.
Okay. Well, how about it for Lesmeister? There is a timeout on the field, 6:50 to go. We'll step aside. No, we won't. Just kidding. There's Lesmeister getting loose down there. We want to thank the great folks at Redford Union for making this broadcast possible, and great cooperation by both head coaches, Jonathan Gazal for Redford Union, Joe Johnson for Allen Park, and Tristan Phelps, the assistant head coach and offensive coordinator for Redford Union. Coach Jonathan says she's been a rock, was the team mom last year, got promoted. And then assistant Kelly Bernadine, who plays tackle football, also a trusted assistant. Picked off, intercepted the other way, touchdown! Pick 6 for Saba. And it's a 3-score game all of a sudden as the U's laying it on.
I actually think that was 4th down for the Panthers.
My bad. Sorry about that.
So I believe that was Cameron Cherry to Amira Saba for the touchdown for the Panthers.
All right. Well, you start to see things sometimes on Friday nights. Usually not this early. My fault. Okay. Yeah. Hi, everybody. That's me in pink, and that's me wrong again. Cherry looking over the middle, looking end zone. Cohen caught, 2-point, make it a 1-point conversion. 21-0 Blackjack for Redford Union as the lights start to trip a little bit here as well.
And this is really what we like to see on any Friday night, whether it's in the fall or now in the spring here at Bob Atkins Field, when those lights that light show's going like that, and that light show takes over. It means the Panthers scored some big points here at home.
So the extra point is good. I think that was a 1-point conversion, was it not? They just haven't put it up on there. Or they have not. I don't know what's happening anymore. They're redoing that extra point. Okay. There's a penalty, throw right side, end zone Cherry, you bet.
Saba to Cherry right there.
Saba to Cherry. That could almost be an ice cream flavor. That is a 2-point conversion attempt. That was from 10 yards out, and the trickery continues. And you knew Cherry wasn't dropping this ball.
No. Again, Coach Gazal doing a great job of putting players in different positions, using their skill sets and finding ways again to get the ball to his dominant player, number 23, Cam Cherry.
Why not? Throw near sideline, caught, complete. It's a first down up to the 21-yard line. And a fine pitch and catch. Completion was to number 10, Jaden Pierce, and the tackle was by Tigney. Who else?
Yes, here we go. Number 25 back to pass. Passes it over to number 10 from Allen Park, and Tigney comes up and finishes the play.
Cato Riley in at quarterback. Left side, it's Tigney again for a TFL. They call her TFL Tigney. That's why. The give and the handoff was to Hernandez, but not much doing for the sophomore. It's even got babies crying up here. That play was so ruthless. 3:20 left, rolling clock, 22-0. Allen Park against one of the top teams in the state of Michigan. By the way, about 28 teams, 24 teams last year, 42 this year, and another fine defensive play by number 13, Delilah Brents. She's been all over the field, Jason Witt.
Yeah, she's been pulling flags out here all night, coming downhill, and has no problem securing those flags.
Man, pass is picked off. Picked off, going the other way and down at the 16-yard line. But how about the pause out of nowhere for number 25? That's a Mia Rembert. Look at this savvy play.
Number 25 back to pass and completes it, but to number 25 for the Panthers, Mia Rembert.
Yeah, but we got to bring her up here. So I don't have a hat now. We'll have our G of the game after this one's all said and done. Clock running down inside of 2 minutes. Saba, the backup quarterback in, throw over the middle to Cherry. Cherry's down at the 11. But just the ability, Jason, to have two quarterbacks like this, to have Saba and Cherry.
Two quarterbacks like that, but then again, the coach for the Panthers does a fantastic job of also lining them up in some different spots at the snap and create some misdirection and some confusion on the other side of the ball.
You're not kidding. Back to pass, Saba looking over the middle, near end zone, and nearly picked. Good savviness in the back line in the end zone. And with a minute left, a timeout is taken. We'll keep it right here. So 1 minute left, and I tell you what, Jason, we've had fun here tonight watching some athletes show out. Redford Union's had their way. And look, this is an experienced program that has the ability to score at any moment, both with the run and the pass.
Yeah, they've showed that tonight. Even though they did not play game number 2 of the day here for them as smoothly as they did game number 1. I think a lot of that had to do with the opponent they faced.
Saba to Cherry in the end zone. Got it. That's touchdown number 2 for Cherry, and it comes from Saba. And it comes with under a minute to go as the Panthers starting to rip their way and roar their way for a doubleheader sweep.
Yes, pass. Again, lined up Saba somewhere different than behind center to begin that play. And then she ends up finding, once again, number 23, Cam Cherry. Why not get her the ball? That's been the game plan pretty much most of the night, along with some big plays mixed in by number 9, Jacoby Cohen.
They're going to go for 2. It'll be Cherry at quarterback on the attack. Play action. Over the middle and incomplete, broken up. Fine play over the middle by Sizemore. So we stay at a 28-0 lead for the home team. Redford Union, the Panthers, one of the top teams in the state of Michigan in this 3-year program, sponsored by the NFL, right, Jason?
Yes, this league is sponsored by the NFL and USA Football. They're really pushing to get more young ladies playing flag football. And I believe in the Los Angeles Olympics, women's flag football is going to be an Olympic sport.
How about that? Very, very cool. Getting behind the defense is Jaden Pierce. This is a fine throw by O'Reilly, who's come in. And that's just one that Jason Pierce should come up with.
Yeah, she put that ball right on the money there. And if she would have held on to it and caught it in stride, she might have gone the distance.
Handoff up the middle. And the give and the gain is to the 25-yard line. And the handoff is to number 1. That's Abricky, who also starts at the corner spot. The tackle by Tavolet. So Kalia Tavolet with a tackle. Timeout on the field. 40 seconds left. 4 touchdown lead for Redford Union. Again, stick around after this one's said and done. We'll have our G of the game up in the booth. And I think it's pretty clear that there's several choices, but when you got the number 2 ranked shot putter in the MHSAA and one of the best athletes maybe in the school, it's going to be hard to not call the number of number 23. What do you think?
Cam Cherry had an outstanding game tonight. We led by talking about her and her performance and her abilities, and she showed out tonight.
Yes, sir. Jags trying to get on the clock. They'll go up the right sideline, a little deep past midfield. O'Reilly was trying to find the wide receiver. Incomplete, well covered by the Panthers, and that'll bring up a second down and 18 with 35 and a half seconds left here on this Friday night in Redford. Glad you're with us on the prep. Handoff up the middle, tackle made by Tigney along with Brents.
Both those young ladies have been outstanding on defense tonight, coming downhill and making those flag poles.
They have. It's a good-looking defense. We haven't really talked as much about the defense. It's been overshadowed by the dynamic offense. This pass is nearly caught, nearly picked. Could have gone either way. It went incomplete. The clock will stop with 4 seconds left, and the fans will see one final play.
Yeah, it dropped back to pass, and she threw a nice ball there, and it could have gone either way. Like you said, Chad, the Panther player was trying to come up with the interception, and when it got past her, the Allen Park young lady had an opportunity to catch that ball.
Yes, sir. So this will be the final play, 4 seconds left, bearing a defensive penalty. There is a blitz. Throw right side and intercepted.
Oh.
Fittingly enough, picked off by the Panthers. Ball game is over. The final play. The interception by number 8, Ariana Jones, the D lineman. The light show begins, and the post show begins after this. Chad and Jason are back with you with a post-game show from beautiful Bob Atkins Field. 28-0, the Panthers knock off the Jags. Back with more after this.
In today's ever-changing mortgage lending world, the importance of true professionals has never been greater. At Success Mortgage Partners, we want you to have the experience of a lifetime. Founded and owned by Catholic League alumni, our family-centered business keeps your interest at heart as we help you navigate this turbulent market with ease. If you or a family member has a mortgage need, please call me, Owen Lee, at 734-822-9792.
The store is set up. He's got the order, and he's off. It's a full court press. These brands are knocking it out of the park. This, my friends, is the speed we've come to expect from this team. Just look at the precision of that move, and it's out of here.
Everybody wanna go and talk. At the same time, gotta walk it. Better yet, run, go, hit a lick, divvy up with my homies, and we do it all again.
What makes people stand in this line like this for 3 hours? Because we're not Dunkin' Donuts or Tim Hortons. These donuts are made fresh daily, and it's made with love and consistency. We got the same ingredients. It didn't change. The people know that, and that's why they standing out there.
At Alliance Catholic Credit Union, we're your financial guardian angel. We're here to help you achieve your dreams. A new home, a Catholic education, that business you are working to build. We're here to support the goals of your family, your retirement, and the community that surrounds you. We're here to offer your trusted financial services inspired by Catholic values. And like your guardian angel, will always be by your side. Federally insured by NCUA, Equal Housing Lender.
Hi, I'm Nick DePonio, and this is HVAC.
Lowering the shoulder. Swing and a miss. McGinley scores!
And it's going to be a challenge for us. I mean, they're a really talented football team. I think everybody knows that.
Four wide receivers. Pressure. Steps up. Marshall wants to run again. Cuts down the middle of the field. All alone. Touchdown! Warriors! What a cut.
All right, this is Adam. Take two. Mark?
I guess.
I go like this.
The best part about playing football in Texas has to be the reaction from the community.
I want to encourage others to play volleyball or choir because you get to experience new things and do stuff that you've never done before. My reason why is passion.
My reason why is pride.
Lowering the shoulder. Swing and a miss. McGinley scores!
Redford Union victorious 28-0, and their star is maybe the best athlete roaming the halls at Redford Union High School, Cam Cherry.
Hi.
The cherry on top twice tonight.
Thank you.
Not only in game one, 44-0 against Romulus, but game two, you did it, and you did it well from many different areas. Throwing the football, running the football, catching the football. You look like you were having fun out there.
Yes, it was amazing. I had a great time. My teammates, we worked together. It wasn't really no discommunication. We've been practicing for a while, so we came out there and showed them who we are. We've been practicing for a very long time, and we just want to come out here and let them know who Redford Union is.
I understand you're the number 2 shot putter in the state of Michigan.
Oh,
yeah. Was that right?
Actually, I'm number 1 in the 17th region, yes.
Okay. Well, you're outstanding.
Thank you.
And you're doing this. You're playing football. How did you get into football? Has this been something you've always been into, or is this a recent development with the other 4 sports you play? You've now added a 5th in football. When did football become a love?
Well, I've always loved football. I have a little cousin. I used to go to his games all the time. I started going to his practices and would try to play with the boys. And when I heard we had it here, I was like, oh, put me on this. I'm ready. Let's go. So last year, I guess I really started to really learn it. I didn't know what flag football was. I didn't even know flag football existed until last year. So they introduced it to us. I came out there. I tried out, and I loved it. I enjoyed it. I learned new things, and, yeah, I just fell in love with it.
And she got a scholarship. She got a scholarship to Siena Heights.
Yes.
You didn't just fall in love with it.
Yes.
The game fell in love with you.
Yes.
You're getting a scholarship for this. I mean, this is very cool. Talk about that opportunity.
Well, so last year, it was our first season, and we had a game before, the first game I played, and I was at a track meet. So I wasn't able to make it. So we had our second game. It was at the Lions, and I came out there and I dominated. I played, and after Jesse, Siena Heights, he came over here. He said, hey, Cameron did a really good job. I want to offer you. I said, oh, offer you. I didn't even know we had that in college.
Right.
And I took it upon it. I played a few more games over the summer, and I visited Siena Heights, and I decided to commit.
How
So,
cool.
I'm excited.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
What's it like playing with your teammates? Are you having fun out there? This game's unlike some of the others. You're not shot putting in the corner by yourself.
Yeah.
You've got, 6, 7 other teammates on the field at the same time that you got to be in the same cohesion with.
Yeah, I would say it's less stressful. I don't have to, not everything's on me. So I have other teammates. So if, I can't throw it, for one, we have a backup quarterback.
Oh,
so
yeah.
if I'm not
She's
able.
good, too.
Yeah, she amazing. Shout out to Amira. But if I'm not able to, throw the ball and I don't see it open, we have Amira, and she's so wonderful. And all of my teammates, they're all uplifting. So sometimes I be feeling a little down. We feel like a lot of stress on me, and my teammates are there to pick me up. Not only to pick me up, but we work together. We have little bit of arguments, but like we work together. It's like a family, and it's just flawless. So I really enjoy it, and it's very less stressful. So
It's a lot of fun watching you tonight.
thank you so much.
It's Cam Cherry. Remember the name.
Yes.
Olympics, flag football. It's coming. She's a candidate. Keep your eyes on Cam Cherry. Congratulations. Our G of the Game, sponsored by G-Brand USA. Jason and I will wrap things up from Redford after this.
We are the MHSAA, a collection of 750 high schools and 750 middle schools. From Temperance to Copper Harbor, from New Buffalo to Alpena, each year more than 250,000 students play one of our 28 sports. More than 1.5 million fans attend our postseason games. There are 30,000 coaches and 8,000 officials, not to mention all of the volunteers. The MHSAA believes in the 4 S's. School sports should be safe and kept in the appropriate scope. We believe nothing beats great sportsmanship, and that scholarship in the classroom is more important than excellence on the field or court. Most of all, we believe school sports should be fun. So come out and join us at a game. Support your school, support your community, and come see what the excitement is all about.
The store is set up. He's got the order, and he's off. It's a full court press. These brands are knocking it out of the park. This, my friends, is the speed we've come to expect from this team. Just look at the precision of that move. And it's out of here.
Lowering the shoulder. Swing and a miss. McGinley scores!
And it's going to be a challenge for us. I mean, they're a really talented football team. I think everybody knows that.
4 wide receivers. Pressure, steps up. Marshall wants to run again. Cuts down the middle of the field. All alone. Touchdown! Warriors! What a cut.
A lot of fun was had tonight. It started with a little Cohen, and it ended with a cherry on top. But all in all, it was a dominating win for the Panthers to go to 2-0, doubleheader sweep, light show in effect. But Jason, they made a statement early, and then a little creativity to go with it. A well-oiled Panther machine.
Yeah, it was a great night here with the Panthers here at Redford Union. These young ladies, they do play a very quick 3-week season, basically. The state is working with the Lions right now to potentially have a tournament at the end that I think the Panthers might be in position to be a part of. But just like the game moves fast, this season moves really fast. So this was a first opportunity for our young ladies to play out here on this new field, Bob Atkins Field, here at Redford Union High School. And they definitely came ready to play on their home field.
It was a lot of fun, man. Thanks for doing this. We really appreciate you getting the ball rolling. I know you're a big advocate women's sports and women's flag football and this movement. Really fun to be out here and see it firsthand. It's impressive. It's fun, and we couldn't have done it without you and the great folks at Redford Union. We thank David Lesmeister as well. So thank you.
Any chance we have to try to gain some exposure for our student athletes here in Redford Union, and the prep has already done it with our basketball team for our boys, and we had this opportunity tonight to bring the prep back out here to broadcast this, and I was happy to have the opportunity to join you as my former teammate, and you're an outstanding play-by-play guy. We just got to work a little bit on identifying those fourth downs. And
pick sixes and touchdowns.
But honestly, you have some fantastic calls. I not only talk to you now a lot since we reconnected, but I follow a lot of your social media, and you have some outstanding calls on your broadcast through the prep.
Thanks, man. I'm a small part of it. The crew is what makes it work, led by our executive producer, Alex Westfall. Your replay officer tonight is Chase Kaufman out of sabbatical. Austin Sonnenberg on audio. Rob Hunter, the Hunt Man, doing double work tonight, was down in Detroit. Popped out at Redford as well. Chad Wilk, confusing everyone on the crew with his name, but doing a great job on camera one. Brad the Boss Ross, he'll be in a boat tomorrow. He better rest up. Nighty-night, Ross. No Game Boy for you. Evan Westfall on camera 3, also part of that doubleheader crew with Ross and Hunter. And Chris Armani Rose also pulled the double duo. He did a fabulous job here in the booth. Thanks a lot to Pat the Stat on statistics, and my man, my teammate, and my guy, Jason Witt, the superintendent of the Redford schools, doing a fabulous job on color commentary. My name is Chad Bush. So long from Kinlock Street in Redford and Redford Union High School and Bob Atkins Field. Your final score tonight, Redford Union, the Panthers, girls flag football team 28, Allen Park nothing. Thanks for watching. We're the Prep. So long, everybody.